Hi and welcome to day 3 of Real South African Sign Language Stay Home lessons. In today's lesson we will learn about sign names, then we will learn about the structure of South African Sign Language and the structure when there's a question. Thirdly, we will learn the WH questions, what, where, when, which, and so on. Now, when you first meet a deaf person, you're going to say, hi, are you well? I'm fine. Now, this is the word. Open hand on the chest, I'm fine. So you're going to say, I'm fine. Or, I'm well. Are you well? After that, they might do this. You, nice to meet you. This represents a person, that represents a person, and they are approaching each other, so they are meeting each other. So, nice to meet you, meaning me and you getting together, nice to meet you. After that, they might ask you, are you hearing? That's the L hand. Are you hearing? Or are you deaf? And you can reply, hearing or deaf. You might have a conversation without introducing yourself, and then later you're like, whoa, I did not introduce myself. So then you can say, what is your name? And you can also reply when they ask you, name, mine, and then fingerspell your name. After socializing with the deaf community for some time, they are going to give you a sign name. Now, a sign name is unique to you. It could be the way you walk, it could be a scar, it could be a tattoo, it could be a facial feature, big nose, big chin, big ears, but it is not considered rude in the deaf community. So please, when a deaf person gives you a sign name, don't take offense, don't think it's rude, embrace it, and don't try and change it, because that's unique to you, and only the deaf person has the right to give you a sign name. Also, do not stop the deaf person in the beginning and say, hey, give me a sign name, give me a sign name. You have to relax and let them take some time. It could be weeks, it could be months before they assign you a sign name. In my case, this is my sign name. When I was younger, I had a very big ear. I don't know what happened, but it went back a little bit. And that's how I got the sign name. And at first I was also like, why are these deaf people so rude to me? They're making fun out of me. They give me this. Now, I got that name when I was 7 years old. So I accepted it eventually and realized that the deaf community means no harm, and I accepted my sign name. Now, some sign names can have the initial of your name. So if your name is Alice, and maybe you have a scar, then the deaf community might assign you the name A hand and the scar. Or they might not. They might just say scar or scar to refer to you. But you will see there when you get there, when you socialize with deaf people. Do you have a sign name? Do you have a sign name already? It would be interesting to know what is your sign name. If you can pop it down in the comments and tell us what is your sign name. Then celebrities have sign names. Some celebrities have sign names, and politicians have sign names. Cyril Ramaphosa, his sign name is, that's his sign name. Malema, Nelson Mandela, and Obama. In this case, Obama did not have the initial O and they did this. No, they just use a cup hand showing Obama. Let's go to the next. Yesterday we talked about the structure. Subject, object, and verb. So, subject, object, verb. Yesterday we talked about the structure. Girl, house, stay. Today we're going to add a question. Now, for you to remember this easy, when you write a question, in English or in Afrikaans, you put a question mark at the end of the sentence. Now, it's easy to remember, if the question mark goes at the end of a sentence in English, the question word will go at the end of a sentence in sign language. So you might say, girl, home, stay, why? So here's your first. Why? Girl, house, stay, where? That's your next one. Where? How? Now you lift up your shoulders up. How? And your eyebrows go up. How? Why? Where? How? Which? The girl or girl, house, stay, which? And you see, every time we put the question at the end of the sentence. You, hungry. Why? You, bored. Why? So let's go on the WH questions. Why? How? Where? What? When? So that's this when. And the who is this hand. Who? Which? Let's go through the questions again. Why? What? When? Who? Where? How? Which? So you can start when you practice, so you don't forget all the words. You can go, why? What? When? Who? Where? How? Which? I would like to mention again, it's always better to learn sign language from a deaf person who learns sign language at a young age. Yesterday we looked at two communities, the deaf with a capital D and deaf with a small d. The group of deaf people cannot do sign language. This group of deaf people can do sign language. You want to learn sign language? Learn from the deaf community that use sign language. Preferably when they learn that at a young age. I'm here to give you a little head start into the sign language community, into the deaf community, but it's always your responsibility to take it further after the 21 days. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.